So we'll call the workshop to order. And Ms. Thompson are going to present to us a personnel update.
And thank you, Board and Ms. Redson, for allowing this opportunity for us to kind of just give you an update of things that we've talked about over the last 12 months. And as issues have come up, I just kind of wanted to show you what our department has done to kind of make some improvements and see what we could do to move our district forward. This is our team, and our team is also sitting here in the front row, and I appreciate them being here with us. Absolutely. Lori, stand. This is Lori Love, Andy Smith, Tammy Wayne, and Kaylee Wayne. And this is Heather Thompson.
I noticed on the prior slide you had Mandy's name down in the class.
And we already
It's
discussed
class
that.
four.
She's doing,
So we just targeted a few areas to focus on and just kind of give you some updates. We took a look at our onboarding process, bringing new folks on, and we found that last year we lost maybe 3 or 4 really great candidates because some things were taking us longer to work through. So we took a look at our paperwork trail, how we maneuvered that in our department. One big change was Mr. Edison released the permission to hire to our department. So as we go through the different departments and process a person, now I approve those hires. So it's very easy, very quick to do that. And I have to say I'm excited. This year, I don't think we've lost one great candidate because of our process. So that's a team effort, and I really appreciate my team and all their hard work. Another thing I think that made a great difference is that we went to a same-day drug testing result. And so we don't have to wait that 3 days now to get those back, which is huge. 3 days can make a difference in somebody signing with you or signing with somebody else. So I think that was a great improvement. Also, we have encouraged the different schools to go ahead and scan in their paperwork to us instead of waiting for the district mail. You know, district mail in some places takes several days to get to us. So if they can just scan it in, send it right to us, and we can start processing that right away.
Sorry to ask a question, it might be covering it later, but in order for a recommendation to come to us to hire, what must happen before that gets to us?
All right, the principal has to call references. They have to check out those references. They have to go into social media, check out that name, see what's happening with them, make sure that is very positive, clean, somebody that we would want. And so there's a lot of, they interview, lots of principals have a team come in and do the interviews with them. So there's quite a process. And then they eliminate, they narrow those down, and then they send a permission to hire to us. And then the team checks out different pieces of that information, and when they get the all clear, we give the permission to hire, and then they call them, they send us a recommendation, and they scan in that status form, and we are moving forward, and then you see it on your board agenda for approval.
For approval for the subs or for approval for new hires? That's what you're talking about completely, the whole personnel new hires.
New hires.
Right, that's been a complaint that we've had for a little while about the hiring process taking too long.
Right. So we're talking about the whole personnel and everything, not just the subs that we're doing.
Right, we'll get to that.
Okay.
We're heading to that. And one thing that I do like is that we're doing a binder also. So let's say somebody hasn't met all the criteria quite yet to be hired, like a person just graduated from UF, you know, they haven't got that certificate yet, they haven't got their diploma yet, but they can go ahead and sign a binder with us. That kind of locks them in, makes them feel like they've got a contract with us. When they meet those criteria, then we can go ahead and move on with the hiring process. So that's the process. Recruitment. We have done several things this year. The team has, in the last 13 months, we have actually initiated 2 district job fairs right here in this room. and we have hired people from those job fairs. We have contracted for the next 4 months with Indeed.com, so all of our positions go out onto Indeed. And Tammy really monitors that closely also, and stays in touch with who's applying and gives a heads up to different principals and administrators. TPG, Cultural Exchange, this is something new for our district. We've hired 3 from India, and we're pretty excited. Our first one comes in Saturday down at Yankeetown. This is an international teacher placement, and they have an agreement with DOE, so they screen them and process them through TPG and make sure they meet their criteria, which they have to have at least 2 years experience. They have at least a master's or a doctorate, most of them. And so they're very well versed. And so this is going to be a new territory for us. And then DOE processes them. And they have to meet all the same criteria. They have to go through our screening process to be approved. So she said every once in a while there'll be a person that doesn't meet DOE's certification process, and they just ship them right back to their country. So that's something new for us. Indeed is new for us. The job fairs is new. Peer to Pro partnership with St. Leo. We're growing our own. We have about 5 or 6 peers right now that have entered this program. We have another recruitment meeting, I think on August the 14th or 15th, right here in this room, offering that to our peers one more time. And we have expanded our PCP program, which is like the alt-cert program. And our mentoring program will be beefed up a lot this year. So there's some new changes coming right there.
Ms. Marlowe, that PDCP, so that's if somebody didn't have an educational background?
Yes, sir. They might have a 4-year degree, but not in education. So that gives them the opportunity to go through this 3-year process. They can do it in 2. And it's free. The courses are embedded right into the work that they do on the school campus. And there's modules in their second year that they take with NEFAC. Vicki Crisp is awesome with that. She oversees it, and we work together. But,
So when you say it's free, and that's covered in our NEFAC, being NEFAC, so part of our.
and I just will say that last year, 36% of our teachers that we hired, they were hired without a teaching certificate. They were out, from a different field. So that's quite a bit, 36%. Here's something else we believe in. Sometimes it's just the smallest things, saying thank you to somebody, recognizing them. So Mr. Edison, we've started, in the last 14 months, we've given out 28 impact awards. This spring, the whole team helped. It was a team effort, and we gave out over 800 longevity pins, acknowledging and saying thank you to our employees for their commitment to our district. We recognized at the Night of Excellence, 29 of our employees had perfect attendance, which we thought was something really to celebrate. So we did that, and we recognized 9 of our employees that had 35 to 45 years committed to our district, which is outstanding. And then, as you saw just recently, I think a couple of minutes ago, we had 3 Golden School Awards. Retention, the monthly new teacher cadre is something kind of dear to my heart. And I just want to show you our foundation has been awesome. We have these monthly meetings, and we bring in our new teachers, and the foundation, they bought these books. Why didn't I learn this in college? So what I did, actually we did this at the orientation, I took the teachers through this book, and then I coordinated that with the rubric, the Danielson rubric, showing them strategies, tools that they can use right out of this book. We highlighted some things, so this is one of the things, resources that we are giving them. Another one is the Cake and Strategies, which is focused on engagement And that was one of our weakest areas for the district when the accrediting team came through. So we're trying to equip these new teachers with strategies, materials, things that they can use right in their classroom. Well, and also last year we gave away $12,000 worth of materials for their classroom, and this year we gave away $10,000 worth, and that is through our title programs. So we're trying to really support them. They love the discussions and the training. I think it's so important that we really support our new teachers. Our team facilitated the climate surveys. This year, this is something new. We got our core values and belief statements out, and all the principals have these. So next week, when we start up our school year, they're going to have this to work with. We go over this also in the new employee orientation and with our sub-training. We went over this. Something else that was new this last 14 months was DOE came up with a new platform for certification, and NEFAC came up with a new in-service track program. And so both of those came through at the same time, so that was pretty challenging. So those are some of the things that we're doing. Just working hard. The whole team is trying to take great care of our employees. Before we move on to subs, here's a few things also that our department is doing. Something new this year. We have developed a Google Personnel Deadline Calendar. So our administrative staff at each school, they can just go in, click on that, find out what's going on for the month, tasks and deadlines that are coming up. Now we are processing over 350 teachers for effective or highly effective for best and brightest. 2 years ago, it was 16 to 20 employees. Now it's about 350. And so that has been quite a feat right there. In the last 14 months, we've conducted 22 or more investigations. We've prepared 61 plus public record requests. And seems like there's constantly DOE surveys going on that our department has to prepare a lot of documentation for DOE related to our employees. Of course, we're rolling out benefits for all the employees and putting them on the system. And I think, Kaylee, what was there, a 45 drop in retirements last year? So those are some other things that we've got.
When is our new employee orientation?
It is this coming Wednesday afternoon from 12:30 to 3:30. And any of you that would like to come, we would love to have you. We will introduce you at that time. Our whole day orientation is kind of been moved into 3 hours. It's at Bronson Middle High School.
Tomorrow,
Next Wednesday.
next Wednesday.
12:30 to 3:30 is in the media center.
Okay, thank you.
What I encourage you to do is go to our district website, our professional development calendar, you see any professional development going on at the district.
Thank you.
And another new thing that we added this year was our frontline training, and based on what you requested that we do in November, we have hired a substitute coordinator. We have piloted 2 schools with our frontline program from April 1st to May 31st. Heather has done several trainings, and we've already conducted 2 substitute trainings, which I have to say, that was almost the highlight of my year, getting feedback from these folks. We trained them, we did security, safety, classroom management, we did the core values. That really turned out to be a great thing, I think. So I'm looking forward to training more of our subs and really preparing them to be in the classroom. In Heather, you distributed and created some flyers to go to every community, trying to pull in more people to be subs. And speaking of Heather, this is Heather Thompson, and she joined our team in February, I believe. So she's going to take it from here and give you an update on Frontline and what's been happening.
Right. Since I've come to the introduced to our district and piloted at 2 of our schools, Joyce Bullock Elementary and Williston Middle High. Throughout the district, I've conducted numerous trainings for the substitutes, teachers, and the school campus users, and the secretaries and administrators on how to utilize the system. Upon these in-person trainings, I feel as if I've appointed a good rapport with the substitutes. I've also maintained close contact with all the secretaries who manage the Frontline system at each school. I understand that it's a big change for them and it takes some time to get accustomed to. But I've expressed to them that I'm always available to assist them with any questions or concerns that they may have. One of the main goals of the system is to take a load off of their workday by making their job easier. Having said that, Frontline has done this in numerous ways. Some examples are the convenience of teachers entering last-minute absences on Frontline, even at 4 a.m. if needed, instead of calling the school secretary. The planning ahead for future absences with teachers entering them in the system for subs to proactively find and accept jobs online in advance. The option of the teacher uploading lesson plans and notes for the sub to review ahead of time to prepare for the student's daily agenda. To help secretaries look ahead and prepare for any unfilled absences. And to gain greater visibility into seeing which subs are available and unavailable to work on any given day without having to call them. We started this absence management system at the end of the school year. We learned a lot in the last 2 months of the pilot program. At the end of May, Marla and I had a meeting with Melissa Lewis from Joyce Bullock and Hillary Cribbs from Williston Middle High. Some advantages of Frontline expressed by Williston Middle High were that it is less chaotic now that there's a step-by-step process in place. They are not seeing as many aides told to fill the classrooms. Hillary also stated that she likes that she can pull reports to track the teacher's reason for absence, especially those absences trending on Fridays. Some advantages of Frontline expressed by Joyce Bullock. They thought it was good to know ahead of time if a sub did not pick up an absence. And teachers like the fact that they have their own preferred subs list. Some disadvantages expressed by both the schools. They would like to add paras to Frontline. Taking this into account, after we bring the 7 remaining schools on board to Frontline, we will reevaluate. During mid-school year in January, we will do a report to take account of the fill rate for our teachers. We will then be able to determine if we are able to utilize Frontline for paras. Another concern from both piloted schools was the need for more subs. And like Marla mentioned, to help promote the need for subs, I created flyers for schools to post and hand out within the schools and the communities. Since these flyers have been distributed, we've seen an increase on candidates taking the sub test. I also plan on promoting the need to hire subs on yard signs for school car loops and within the communities. Many people are unaware of the qualifications of being a sub. To give people a better insight, I plan on attending school orientations and other functions by setting up informational tables to help express the need for substitutes as well as school volunteers. Now, I invited 2 of our valuable subs to give a briefing on their experience with Frontline. And this is Robin Garrison and Mr. Gary Bennett.
He brought the cheat sheet, so.
Thank you to Ms. Hires and Ms. Thompson, first of all, and it's a privilege to come before the board and speak to y'all this evening on this sub process, whatever you want to call it. When I'm called a sub, my basic premise is I go there with hopes of maintaining or enhancing the learning teaching curve that day for that class. And there's a number of ways to do that. Before Frontline came along, you were subject to a call. You could come 10 minutes to late in the morning, or you could come the afternoon before or late before. But with Frontline now, we have the opportunity to go online and see what's available, see scheduled jobs, past jobs / work history, which I like because sometimes I forget to write my little book, what I did. And no one's ever accused me of being a computer geek. I can guarantee you that. I can find my way around, but to tell you I get on there and doing all these programs like a lot of the kids can, or a lot of the other teachers or people have access to. But at the same time, I don't Facebook and I don't surf the internet. You surf the sharks everywhere. Really unintended, you know what I'm saying? But with Frontline, though, truly, you can get on there and see what's available, when it's available, what you want to work. And, you know, I kind of like the fact that I go in there and look, see, 2 weeks down the road, I may want to sub for teacher so-and-so. And it kind of gives me a little mental food for thought. I start thinking about it. But one of the worst things you can do is walk in there the morning of, you get a call, 20 minutes ahead of time, you walk in there, and you're subbing for teacher so-and-so, and there's no lesson plans, there's nothing. You know, here come the kids from the building, and you're standing there, and you know, what am I going to do? So this gives us a little leeway. I think it's a very workable program. It's going to be an advantage, it's going to be an enhancement for the educational process. And with the instructors we have and the people implementing it right now, we've got a good heads up on it. And besides the internet portion of it, or the frontline portion, you know, when you've got a local on-site person like Ms. Joyce Waxel and Ms. Pam Marshall that know what's going on, it really makes me a pleasurable experience most of the time. I won't say all the time. That's it. I thank y'all for allowing us to come before you.
Also, on the front line, there's a spot on there that has an area where the teachers can give you the information that they're going to want or leave you that day, so you can look that up and study over it, and that helps a lot too. But I've already been looking since the day after school. I haven't found one yet. No one's wanted to be absent, I guess. Yeah, but I like it too.
Have any questions?
And I just want to remind the board of the process that we went through here, why we're at Frontline. Well, we went through some different things, and really what I call Cadillac version is called telescosis. And but that is way out of our ballpark as far as being able to afford. That's where the substitutes actually come to leads. And so we worked with Citrus County, and I believe everyone that did this. But the area where we're trying to address the complaints that we receive were two. One is you had somebody at the school making all these calls, and they ended up being, I don't want to say, the most avoided phone call of anybody. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that workload that goes on that person, they're going to have to do it in their home. And the second thing is that we were having a lot of paraprofessionals pull, fill in classrooms, and we want paraprofessionals to stay paraprofessionals, fill the classroom as such. That's what we're trying to accomplish. And so, and that's the front line, is where we're at right now. And, questions or comments, feedback?
So your professional opinion in a small snapshot at the end of the school year of April and May. So I see what you're doing, and I see what the staff's doing. Our conversation initially was about the program. Is the program going to be beneficial, or is it just going to be eliminated? I think that's the question.
Okay, let me, keep on
Yes,
this.
sir.
Mr. Etheridge, and as you know, I call you all, and we have conversations, and Mr. Etheridge has a valid concern. And it's not about this program, but anything that we do. Programs just don't need to become a way of working, it's something that just clings to us, you know. Right, just doesn't need to be another program, it needs to have value. And so I just want to share that with the conversation that we have.
I will tell you that we constantly assess, this whole department, we constantly assess everything all the time. Is it working, is it not? You know, do we need this, do we not need this? Because none of us need one more thing to do, probably. And so we're always checking. So at some point, if we see this has no value and it's not working, hey, we'll be the first to help you.
So out of those, because we're at the end of the pilot project, we're fixing to launch the program.
Yes.
We feel good that our rates are going to be higher using the program. It's more beneficial to the substitutes. The training is going to be faster. Now, Stiplet, because this has been going on for 8 or 9 months trying to get all this put together, and very quickly too. So is the staff at each school still monitoring and handling Frontline, or are you handling it all across the county?
The campus users, which the secretaries that usually handle the subs, still have a daily outlook of what's going on, so they know what's going on at their campus. Every campus is specific to their own needs, so they still continue to monitor the system.
So they're still making calls?
Right now, again,
Later around with you
If
guys.
they can't find somebody.
I was going to ask Heather, how many, I want to know exactly how many does the frontline handle and how many does the secretary handle?
I could pull a report maybe, but I would say 90% frontline handles. The other 10% the secretary has to handle, because there are still instances where somebody calls out in the middle of the day, and it's last minute, and they have to pull somebody from that day. Or it's even if it's 7 o'clock in the morning and they find out, you know, there's still gonna be times where frontline's not gonna find it as fast as maybe that secretary would know that a certain person, oh, I know this person, before frontline could even call that specific.
And so
person.
we're monitoring with this program, we're monitoring when teachers are out, how many teachers, and then reasons why. Do you have a report of that from the program?
Not from the short time that we had it, wasn't really, I can pull a report, but it
Like
wasn't.
at one point, we pulled a report, Williston High School had a 67% fill rate. And Joyce Bullock had a 90-something% rate. That was about 3 weeks in. We were trying to, so there are reports that you can pull. That's why we can monitor if it's gonna be what we think.
One of the things, and again, I go back to the whole conversation was about getting teachers and subjects in the teacher's classroom, keep them pulling aid. And I can tell you from the principals, just like they said, the principals would like to do this for everybody right now, for the paraprofessionals and the teachers. But what we're trying to do is right now, we're trying to fill the teacher's spot. And so people can go on there and they can say, well, I want to choose to be a paraprofessional. We're going to get to that point, but right now, the people that are doing the sub-calls, front lines for the paraprofessionals, so our people are still having to do
And how many new subs have we hired?
Right now, they're in the hiring process, they're taking the test. I mean, I had like 5 candidates this week, so once they get initiated by the schools have to initiate their application, and then,
Right, and that process is supposed to be faster.
yes.
And has that shown that it has been?
Not yet for the subs, we've just started getting the subs just this past week or two.
Schools still wanted to hire, be involved in picking their subs, so they have to request to hire them, so we can't process them until they get paperwork on subs. So right now, I mean, we process them constantly, but we haven't had a whole lot, because they were trying to get their positions filled first.
Anybody have any part, we have a 6 o'clock workshop, we have 9 for our public hearings.
It goes live at the beginning of school from the entire county.
And I'll just say
I'll leave it on.
that.
that.
I can tell you, our principals, they like it because they can get on their phone and go and see where all the subs at. They like that.
So other schools have had the opportunity, even though they didn't pilot it, this has not come to a call. They've looked at it,
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
doing trainings, I visit the schools, I do one-on-one with them all the time. If they need me to come, I work with them hands-on, so they have a good idea of what's gonna happen.
Mr. Chair, yeah, just a couple comments. I encourage you to maybe reach out to your Rotary clubs, maybe get on their speaking tour type thing to kind of get the word out, because I know increasing the number of subs we have, I think, is the major issue that was the problem. And so I would just encourage you to do that. It is encouraging that you're going to be at the schools, Title I nights, and things like that, so thank you, kudos for that.
I can give you a Rotary case.
And we learned something very valuable, and our subs that are here today, in the training that we had with them. This is the first time I think we've had that here. We got a bunch of good feedback from them on things that we can do to better serve them.
And I passed that on to the administrators, so I'm excited about that. And Tina's going to give you our latest version of our new exit surveys. We changed our exit surveys so you can get feedback, and so she's going to hand you those graphs as we're changing those.
All right, we got half a minute recess before we start our 6 o'clock meeting. Thank you.